Hi guys, Bobby Gas here. Yeah. Bad hair day. I used to have a cowlick up here that when I was a kid, teachers used to spit. The nuns used to spit in their hands, slick it down, and and it'd spring right back up, and she'd whack me on the head with a yardstick. Old, what was her name? Sister of Mercy, I think. Anyhow, this is the vinyl tag 2024. Rob Walker started this thing. I've watched at least a half a dozen, six or seven anyhow, of these vinyl tags, eh? Some I've commented on, some I haven't. And from what I understand, there's like a couple of dozen of them out there already just after a couple of days, right? I thought I'd jump on it because, I'm part of the community. I want to contribute, all that kind of crap. It was a lot of work doing this. I don't categorize or alphabetize my records. So this was a lot of work looking for some of this shit. Actually, I was thinking about it just a couple of minutes ago. I could do another one of these with the same. I could do the exact same tag and have a different record for each one. Each one of the questions, no bull, eh? Anyhow, there was 20 questions. I wrote them down on a sheet. I should maybe put my glasses on to read this thing because I am kind of half-ass blind. I'm going blind. I got glaucoma, other shit going on. It happens when you get old, guys. Okay, here we go. Favorite record I bought in 2023. Well, actually, this was a no-brainer for me. I bought this record here. Well, we won't pull it out. Called Ramatam. It's a promo copy. I bought it on spec on one of Patrick's auctions, and I was really, really surprised how good this, or how much I like this album. There's only what two ballads on it, and one of them is pretty good. I'm not a ballad guy, not many of them anyhow. But this was all rockin' stuff, and I really, really enjoyed this. I was really surprised. That happens once in a while with me. A record surprises me. Not often, though. The last record I bought in 2023, well, the last one I bought here was John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. Mick Taylor on this one here. And I got this one at a Patrick's auction too, I think, eh? Uh, I was going to use this actually for the Manchester band that he was going to ask. I was looking at the names and all of that, but I figured there'd be all kinds of guys picking John Mayall, right? So I went with a different guy, eh, from Manchester. Anyhow, question number three: a band or singer that released two albums same year. Well, that's not a problem with me, and I'm going to go along with Vance on this one here. And that's the two Led Zeppelin albums in 1969. This one here, that's a Robert Ludlum job, and that's just a Canadian repress. I never did have the first one, oh, since probably 1970 was the first one, the what do you call it, the different color one, right? Anyhow, Led Zeppelin, boy, you could do one of these tags with nothing but Led Zeppelin questions, right? I, or Beatles, or Stones, or any band for that matter. But that'd take a lot of investigation, right, with some of the questions you could ask, right? Now, next one up here, oh, your Manchester band, right? There was a number of bands, not, well, maybe a half a dozen I had from Manchester. The Hollies, Freddie and the Dreamers, those are 45s. Uh, all kinds of stuff like that. That English stuff, English band, early '60s stuff, right? And later, I guess, but I didn't know none of them bands. So instead of picking John Mayall and the rest of them. I went with Vandergraaf Generator. The name really gets to me, eh? Okay, question number. Which band? Question number 6. Which band did I listen to most in 2023? Wow, the Rolling Stones. That's my favorite band. I listen to them more than I listen to anybody because I've got a ton of records by the Stones, right? Show 7 7-inch records. They're not called 7-inch records, Mr. Walker. They're called 45s. You kids, you don't know nothing. They're called 45s. Not singles, not 7-inch singles. They're called 45s. Yeah. Sure, later on, some other guys put albums with a 45 speed, whatever. I don't know why or anything like that, but 7-inch records are called 45s. Get with the program. Oh, yeah, show the records. Where are they? Here they are, here. I got 7 of them here. Where will I stick these things after I show them to you? I'll put them over here. James Brown. We're the King of Rhythm and Blues, World Part 1 and 2. That's on a Polydor, no sense pulling it out. Next up here, well, I got 2 of them actually. The Rolling Stones, simply because they're my best. That's my favorite album cover right there. The Stones, eh? The venticular, is it venticular? Is that how you pronounce it? Venticular cover that it has on that. And this one here, the Rolling Stones, Jumpin' Jack Flash. This one simply because it was the only way you could get this record, when it come out. Jumpin' Jack Flash was on a 45, not a 7-inch single. It was on a 45. It wasn't on an album. The only way you could get it was, on this 45 right here. The flip side is Child of the Moon. Funny, eh? Front picture, back picture. I wonder who thought of that. Oh yeah, more records here. Oh yeah, and here's I've never had this kind of a record before. This is a garage band. Randy ought to know these guys. It's a rare, unrelated segments is the name of the band, and they're from Michigan. And it's actually a double-sided hit here, Cry, Cry, Cry. And on the flip side, It's Not Fair. And the thing about it is, it's a audition record. I've never heard tell of an audition record. I've got all kinds of promo records and that kind of stuff. They say promotional copy, or they say not for sale, but I never ever had one that said audition record. That's kind of neat, eh? Rare sight too, eh? Great two-sided psych garage hit, whatever you want to call it. I mean, really good, as a matter of fact. I'll play that for you one of these days. Here's another psych house here, eh? Leave My House by the Mods. That one's not bad. Kind of crunchy though, eh? Yeah. I like them old. Oh, here's another rare sort of psych one here. Another 1966 Blue Snow Night, the Gurus. You ain't gonna find them around. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Blues. I'm a blues guy. Howlin' Wolf. on Chess, one of my favorite labels, if not my favorite. Another blues guy, Muddy Waters. I'm a old rocker that loves the blues, eh? You know, there you go. And last but not least, Elmore James, king of the slide guitar. That's my 45s. Okay, now. Number 8. Who's coming to my party? 4 people, either dead or alive, that you'd want coming to your party. Now, this question's been asked before, like many of them, eh? And I've actually got 1 or 2 that are the same. But who I'd want going is number 1, Willie Dixon. He run Chess Records as far as I'm concerned. He's a fantastic writer, fantastic, stand-up bass player. You know, he did Chess, right? He got all of the musicians that came to Chess after Muddy and, went there, and Muddy went there in the late 40s. And when Willie got there, he started getting, the rest of the black studio musicians in there, right? It was Willie who really started it all in Chess Records. He's something else, Willie. I seen him, of course. Love him, right? Be Willie Dixon. Where number 2 would be Rick Danko, because he's one party animal, man. I partied with him one time, and boy, he's a fun guy, man. A real fun guy, Rick Danko. Who else? Frank Zappa. I'd like him at the party just to talk to the guy, right? Just to test his brain and all of that kind of shit. A lot of stuff he thinks, I think the same way, eh? But me and him would be arguing about some things, right? And I wouldn't be backing down like everybody else. I'd just give him a slap if he tried threatening me. I don't play guitar, so I don't got nothing to worry about. All right. And the last guy I'd want to talk to is Charlie Watts, the drummer for the Rolling Stones. He was probably the most sensible rock and roller that out of all of the rock stars that, lives they led and all the life they led and all of that kind of stuff. Charlie's got to be one of the straightest of the bunch, right? I think he had his head screwed on better than pretty much all the rockers I ever heard of anyhow, right? I always loved Charlie. Actually, when he died, that was the only time a rock and roll guy really affected me in their death, eh? I've been around death quite a bit in my life, being as old as I am, and but Charlie's death, it bothered me, eh? That's the 4 guys anyhow, Rob. Okay, who died in 2023? That my favorite guy. Well, a lot of people are going to come up with this, right? It's Jeff Beck. I mean, I seen Jeff Beck in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the last time was maybe 2001 or 2002, something like that, down at Massey Hall. And he was better, more improved each time I saw him. I never seen another guitar player do that, but Jeff did. Okay, number 10, one country's music. If you had to listen to only one country's music, which would it be? That's a no-brainer, for Christ's sakes. A silly question, Mr. Walker. I mean, you want some people to say England, Britain? Yeah, that'd be number 2 choice for all English-speaking peoples in the world. Number 1 is, of course, the United States of America, man. How could you come up with any other goddamn, if you're a music guy, it's the United States you want to. I'm sure Britain's got the Beatles and the Stones and all of that kind of horseshit, but it's only one type of music, but the United States, you got the blues, you got rock and roll, country, jazz. Holy Christ Almighty, man! It's the United States. Thinking any other way is really silly. Oh, look at this, eh? I should have had that down, didn't I, Bob? Oh well. Okay. United States. It's a no-brainer. Okay. Name three V channels I discovered in 2023. Well, Rob Walker, you were one channel. Trying to discover channels is tough. I mean, if you're on a stream and you want to, and somebody's interesting in the comment section, and you want to check them out, how the hell do you do it? You can't go there. Everybody uses a different name on these streams than they do with their channel name, and you can't go to their channel. The only one you can do it on is Rachel's stream. For some reason, you hit them three dots and it says go to the channel. But Patrick's stream, everybody else's stream that I've been to, you can't do that. And I have there's all kinds of channels I'd like to check out, but I can't. Yeah, maybe I don't know how. I don't know. Oh yeah, Rob Walker, Darren, the record hound. He's another guy. Man, does he know an awful lot about music? Eh? And not only that, I don't know. About a month ago, we went digging together, me and Darren. He come all the way to hell from Hellengone to come pick me up and then back out his way and then back again my way and then back again his way. It was a good day though, I gotta tell you. I'd like to do it again as a matter of fact. Okay, here. Oh yeah, that was only number two. And the third one is a guy, a fishing guy, Real Outdoors. And he showed some very nice, short videos, them shorts of some of the fish he caught and stuff like that. And this guy, he's a young guy, maybe in his early 30s, late 20s. Got to have a lot of money with the gear and all the fishing he does. I mean, fishing ain't cheap. You think you're just standing by a river, but no, that's not true. The equipment costs a fortune. Gas costs money. So that was the three channels. Rob Walker, the Record Hound Darren, and Real Outdoors, a fishing guy, eh? Show a record I bought as a teenager. Wow, that's... There you go. Blind Faith. Wasn't this 69? Blind Faith? This isn't the actual record, but I remember getting this, oh Christ, 69. I was 20 years old in 69. I don't know, when did this come out? I was 20 years old in March of 69. I don't know. Okay. Well, maybe. Maybe it's good. Come out in 69 anyhow. Lucky number 13. Show a funk or soul record. Oh, that's easy for me. I mean, Toronto, that was big time in Toronto. Funk, soul music, R&B, not funk. By the time funk come around, nobody was into the R&B. It had gone by the way of the dodo, really, except for people that were into it, right? James Brown, live at the Apollo. This record here, I grew up on this record. This is an original, by the way, eh? Original Canadian copy on the Regency. I ain't gonna pull it out. James Brown, man. I seen him. Jumped on the stage, as a matter of fact. Okay, show a funk. Number 14. Show a record everybody has and one nobody has. Well, I thought about this one here, and I ain't sure, but I'm thinking probably anybody that's anybody has this record right here. The Woodstock record, right? By the way, I personally don't think this is a great record. I mean, there's a couple of great songs on it, but all in all, I don't think I think the artist did better work in other albums and stuff like that, eh? But it was an experience, wasn't it? Those days, eh? 1969 was Woodstock. I could have went. I was invited. Now a record nobody has, and I'm pretty sure. Well, I know one person who has one because they sent me this record, but I can guarantee all the rest of you VC guys out there don't have this record here. The Racketeers. Do you recognize anybody? A guy right there. That's the Bipper, John. The Racketeers. Yeah. He's actually got a couple of videos on YouTube of him playing in the band. Somebody else put him up, I think. It wasn't Bipper put him up. And he's kind of shy that way. He tells everybody he's just no good, right? I think he's good. Got the right personality for it, too. Anyhow, there you go, John. He didn't on the back here. It says, "Don't be showing the letter he wrote." He says, "You don't got to show this on YouTube or anything like that." He'd get embarrassed, eh? But okay. A female record I bought in 23. Wow. Janis Joplin in concert. Now, this is a record where from two places in Canada and one place down in the States, these are all live performances. And two of the songs on this album, I was at the concert in 1970, the Festival Express, they called it, the train festival, we called it. That's why I got this, because I was there, right? I mean, Janis, she's a pistol, right? Okay, now, a favorite video of mine in 2023 and someone else's. Well, Christ, I didn't write down an answer to this, so I'm going to have to do it from memory, eh? A favorite video of mine. Shit, I don't know. My gangster one. No. Christmas poem, Pop's poem. Yeah. That'll do. Pop's poem. Someone else's video. My favorite video from someone else. Jesus, I should have given it some thought. Or went around looking or whatever, right? Oh, okay. Favorite video someone else did. Jenny did a picture of me, and she put a video up. She drew a picture of me and put a video up, right? Christ, maybe I should play that for you guys. No. Some of you seen it. Anyhow, I love that, Jen. That was fantastic. Show me what I think is a 90s classic record. Wow. Beats me. I don't know no 90s classics. I'm sure they're out there, and you guys got a ton of them. But I'm not a child of the 90s. Let me think now. I don't know. Amazulu. I got a band called Amazulu. I think they, in the 90s, they didn't put out, there wasn't much vinyl put out in the 90s from what I understand. And I do have some vinyl from the 90s, but, I don't know, guys. I don't know an answer to that one. I ain't got an answer to that one. That was number 17. Number 18, an album cover I'd like to be a part of. I was thinking about this, and I had actually had a lot of album covers of, parties or sort of freaky psychedelic scenes. That would be great on drugs. But what I chose, what I'd like to be a part of, I'd like to be a part of this. Yeah, you know. Pretty girls, I like pretty girls. I like talking to them, I like playing with them. And what else we got here? Show a record you're so familiar of. It's like a greatest hits album. Wow, I didn't even have to think about this. It's probably the one record out of all records, and I showed it already. Oh well, it's Led Zeppelin's first album, the one I already showed, right? I mean, I know that one note by note. It's actually the only record album that I think every tune on it's great, not just good but great. Not a filler tune on it. Every tune on it's fantastic as far as I'm concerned, and not even the Rolling Stones did that for me. But that Led Zeppelin one, and you got no idea really. I mean, you had to be there in '69 when that goddamn record come out to see the effect it had on everybody and people. It really was something. I mean, the Beatles were the Beatles, but that was all Mickey Mouse bubblegum crap, eh? I mean, it was serious music, man. That was serious stuff, man. Wow. Yeah. Uh, and the last question, show me an album from 1974. I had to look this up, what albums were put out in '74 and stuff like that, right? And I got a lot of them actually, but I hadn't mentioned this artist, this trip here, and he's one of my favorite artists. And in '74, he put out Verdant Fleece, Van Morrison. I love Van. I've got a signed album by Van, actually signed over to me, expressly to me. But Van Morrison's Verdant Fleece got some great tunes on it. There you go, guys. That's my 20 questions, Rob Walker. It was a lot of work, this thing, but I got her done. Anyhow, later.